I grew up as a child, I grew up in real poverty, and I had so much passion for girls. So when I qualified, actually, when I went to teach in that village, my first impression was, I don't want to be here. When you qualify, you've passed, the schools in Zimbabwe are different. You can either be in a government school, you can be in a council school, or you can be in a private school. So if you're put in a council school, it's really like one of the bad ones where goats come in the class, no windows, and that's the school I was sent to. And I was like, why me? So, however, I even went to the regional office to complain that I don't want to be in this school. And but they said, okay, why don't you just teach for a term and then we'll see if we can transfer you to another school, because I wanted to be close to the city. So I went to this school, and it changed my image, because I thought my village was very poor. But when I started teaching that area, I realized that actually there are so different levels of poverty. So by the end of the term, I decided I was going to leave. So I started getting into the community, knowing the mothers, the parents. So I realized that in this village, most of the families were headed by women. And most of the men had go to the city or go to South Africa, but most of them don't come back. And I also realized within my classes, I was in a secondary school, a lot of the girls were quite older, but because the school was located by the border, there was a lot of girl trafficking. So we had high dropouts of girls. So I tried to investigate why did we have this high girl dropout. It was because there were so many teenage pregnancies, and these girls, they get pregnant but no husband, because most of these pregnancies were by truck drivers. So the girls would be taken to Malawi, or some of them didn't come back to the village, disappear, or they come back pregnant. So we had lots of children in the village looked at by women. So I decided, and also because of the culture, it was such that the girl child, most of the girls were not in school. We had boys because the boy was regarded highly. So I started working with women, trying to change minds, like we want girls in the school. And that's when I started introducing a project of making arts and crafts, making batiks, and during half-term holidays, I would go to South Africa, Botswana, trying to bring money for these women so they can educate their girl child.
Some people accuse us of being prepared to do crazy things to raise awareness about fair trade. Would you like to describe what's happening in this picture, Martha?
I think the person behind me, can I be cheeky to get you to just stand up, please? I only realized a month before this that I was pregnant.
So this is on the canal path between Abergavenny and Brecon. What month of the year?
It was on the 12th of December.
If you look at the ground, you might notice the frost. And you determined to do that barefoot, didn't you? And Jill's role was to go behind with goose fat to put on your feet.
We did well, Jill, didn't we? We did well. That's what friendship is about. It's about sharing the struggles. It's not easy. We've been on a journey together, and we realize what we are doing. And when you suffer, when you realize that this is pain, you actually love what you're doing, because you realize that I'm not just doing this, but I'm doing it for a reason. And this was raising awareness about women who walk miles, distances, carrying firewood, carrying their babies with no shoes. And we look into our wardrobes, how many pairs of shoes have we got? And we even buy designer shoes, it costs a lot of money. But if someone there has got nothing, they've got nothing. So that was raising awareness. But also because to set up our charity, we were told that we needed to have an income of £5,000. And I was thinking, how am I going to have £5,000? I haven't got it. I haven't got a job and everything. So the only way I can do it is just to walk barefoot, which worked. We raised 2,500 pounds. So that really raised a good awareness. And again, we were raising awareness about the importance of trade to women in Africa as well. So thank you so much for bringing that. I'd forgotten about that.